In the quiet hollows of Tennessee, where the Smoky Mountains cast long shadows. Over misty valleys, 7-year-old Lily Harper lived with her father, Tom, in a weathered trailer perched on a gravel road. Lily was a tiny girl with blonde curls that bounced when she ran, her blue eyes wide with a wonder that hadn't faded despite the hard years. Her mother had passed when she was 3, a fever that took her fast, leaving Lily with Tom, a lean, quiet man who fixed cars for a living and drank too much when the nights grew long. Lily didn't mind his silence. She filled it with her chatter, her laughter, and the stray animals she'd coax home with bits of bread. Hollow Ridge was a speck of a town, its houses scattered like forgotten toys. Surrounded by forests thick with cedar and fog that clung to the ground like a shroud. Lily loved the woods, her playground, her kingdom, where she'd chase fireflies or climb stumps, her sneakers muddy, her hands sticky with pine sap. Tom let her roam, trusting the trees more than the town's rough edges, though. He'd warn her, "Stay close, Lil, don't go too deep." She'd nod, but her curiosity always tugged her farther, a pull she couldn't resist. It was late April now, the air warm but damp, the forest buzzing with new life. Lily stood on the trailer's rickety steps that morning, her patched overalls hanging loose, a stick in hand she'd dubbed her magic wand. She'd planned to hunt for tadpoles in the creek beyond the pines, her pockets stuffed with a crumbled biscuit and a rubber band for catching bugs. The sky was a soft gray, clouds heavy with rain that hadn't fallen yet, and the woods smelled of wet earth and blossoms. As she skipped toward the trees, a sound stopped her, a sharp, desperate yelp, high and thin, slicing through the morning quiet. Lily's head tilted, her curls falling over one eye. It came again, fainter, from the old logging path that wound deep into the forest, a trail Tom had told her to avoid, its ruts overgrown and treacherous. She knew that sound, a dog, hurt maybe, calling out. Her heart thudded. She'd found frogs and rabbits before, but never something that needed her like this. She tightened her grip on the stick, her sneakers scuffing the dirt, and followed the yelp, each step faster, her small frame weaving through the pines. Whatever was out there, she couldn't leave it alone. She felt it, a tug in her chest, like a promise she didn't know she'd made. The forest swallowed Lily as she ventured down the logging path, the canopy thick overhead, filtering the gray light into a dim haze. Her sneakers sank into muddy ruts, the air cool and heavy with the scent of moss and decay. The yelp echoed ahead, weaker now, a thread of sound she chased with her stick tapping roots and rocks. Branches snagged her overalls, tugging at her curls, but she pressed on, her breath puffing out in little bursts. Tom's warnings flickered in her mind. That path's no good, Lil, but the cry drowned them out, pulling her deeper into the green. Past a bend where the trail dipped, she saw it, a dog, small and black, sprawled in a ditch beside a fallen log. Its fur was matted with mud, its body trembling, one leg caught in a tangle of vines and wire, the kind hunters left behind to snare rabbits. Lily's stomach twisted. Its eyes, dark and glossy, met hers, wide with pain but soft, not wild. A whine escaped its throat, and she dropped to her knees, mud soaking through her pants. "Oh, puppy," she whispered, her voice high and gentle. Up close, she saw its belly, round, swollen, heavy with pups. It was a mama, trapped and scared. She didn't hesitate. Setting her stick down, she tugged at the wire, her small hands fumbling, the metal cold and rusted against her skin. The dog whimpered, its head flopping, too weak to fight. "I'll get you out," Lily said, her words a vow. The vines were tight, the wire tighter, cutting into the dog's leg, a thin line of blood staining its fur. She pulled harder, her fingers stinging, but it wouldn't give. Tears pricked her eyes, She wasn't strong enough, not alone. Lily scrambled to her feet, scanning the ditch. A sharp rock jutted from the mud. She grabbed it, her hands slipping, and knelt. Again, hammering at the wire where it tangled with the vines. The dog flinched, a soft yelp escaping, but Lily kept going, her arms shaking, her breath hitching. "Hold on, please," she begged, mud smearing her cheeks. The rock chipped at the rust, the wire bending, and with a final whack, it snapped, the vines loosening. She tossed the rock, sliding her hands under the dog, careful of its belly, and lifted, its weight light but limp in her arms. She stumbled to a dry patch under a cedar, its branches a low roof against the damp. Laying the dog down, she pulled off her jacket, a faded denim thing too big for her, and draped it over its shivering form. Its eyes met hers, dark and deep, and it let out a faint whine, almost a thank you. Lily sank beside it, panting, her hands scraped and muddy. "You're safe now," she said, her voice cracking. The forest was still, the yelp gone, but she knew she couldn't stay. Tom would come looking, and the dog needed more than a jacket. She'd carry it home somehow, her little arms determined, because leaving it wasn't an option. The cedar's shade was a cool refuge, its needles soft under Lily's knees as she sat beside the black dog. The forest hummed faintly, birds chirping, wind rustling, but the air felt thick, heavy with the coming rain. The dog's breathing was shallow, a fragile rhythm, its dark eyes half closed but fixed on her. Lily brushed its fur with her fingers, her hands still raw from the wire, feeling the life in its swollen belly. She'd named it Shadow in her head, after the way it blended with the ditches. Dark, and that name felt right, like it belonged. Shadow shifted, a shudder rippling through her, and a low whine broke the quiet. Lily's heart leapt, her belly tightened, her breathing quickened, and Lily knew. The pups were coming, here, now. "Oh no," she whispered, scooting closer. She'd seen kittens born once, astray under the trailer, but this was different, alone, in the woods, with no one to show her how. She patted Shadow's head, her voice trembling. "You can do it, Shadow. I'm here." The dog's eyes flickered, trusting, and Lily felt a surge of something big. Love, maybe, or courage. The first pup came quick, a tiny, wet thing, black like its mama, sliding onto the jacket with a faint squeak. Lily's eyes widened as Shadow licked it clean, nudging it to her side, its cries sharp in the stillness. She giggled, nervous but thrilled, brushing mud from her hands. "One down," she said, her voice high. A second followed, smaller, its fur slick, and Shadow worked slower now, her strength fading but steady, guiding it to nurse. Lily's chest loosened. She was doing it. They were alive. Then the third. It was tiny, too still, its fur patchy with white streaks. Shadow nosed it, whining, but it didn't move, a limp shadow in the dim light. Lily's throat closed. She couldn't lose it, not after saving them. She scooped it up, her hands shaking, its cold seeping through her fingers. "No, please," she choked, tears spilling down her cheeks. She thought of her mom, gone too soon, and rubbed the pup's back, desperate. "You've got to live. Please live," she begged, her voice breaking, louder than she'd spoken in months. Nothing. Then a twitch, a faint shudder. The pup's eyes opened, and Lily gasped. They glowed, a soft amber, unnatural and bright, lighting her muddy hands like fireflies. It squeaked, weak but alive, and she laughed through her sobs, setting it back with its siblings. "You're okay," she whispered, wiping her face. Shadow licked it, calm as if this was normal, but Lily's heart raced. Those eyes weren't right, weren't anything she'd seen before. A rustle broke her awe, twigs snapping, heavy steps crunching closer. Lily froze, clutching Shadow. "Lily, where you at, girl?" Tom's voice boomed, rough with panic. She peeked through the branches, Her dad, his work boots stomping down the path, a flashlight swinging. "Here," she called, voice cracking. Tom pushed through, his face flushed under his cap, and stopped dead, staring at Shadow and the pups, the amber glow catching his breath. "What the Lily, what did you do?" Before she could answer, a rumble shook the ground, distant, then louder, trees trembling. Dust puffed from the path, a faint echo of shifting earth. Tom's eyes widened. "That's the ridge, unstable from the rain. Move." He scooped Shadow and the pups in his arms, Lily grabbing her stick and jacket. They ran, branches whipping her face, as a roar grew behind. A landslide, rocks tumbling. They burst onto the road just as dirt billowed, the path swallowed in a cloud. Lily panted, the amber glow burning in her mind. Shadow's loyalty, her pup's power, had just begun to show. The trailer's warmth hit Lily like a hug as Tom kicked the door open, the potbelly stove crackling in the corner. He set Shadow and her pups on a towel near the heat, the black dog settling with a tired huff. Her amber-eyed pup nestled close. Lily sank beside them, her overalls caked with mud, her hands scraped but forgotten. Tom rubbed his face, his work boots leaving dirt on the floor. "You're gonna kill me, Lil, running off like that," he muttered. But his eyes softened at the pups, the glow fading. But still there, a mystery in the firelight. Shadow purred, faint but steady, and Lily stroked her, whispering, "You're home now." Tom fetched a tin of tuna, setting it near her, and she ate slowly, strength creeping back. "Where'd that glow come from?" he asked, voice gruff. Lily shrugged, her curls bouncing. "When it was born, its eyes lit up like magic." Tom frowned, kneeling to look closer, but a sharp knock rattled the door. 3. Loud bangs that made Shadow growl, her ears flat. Tom stood, grabbing a wrench from the counter, his jaw tight. "Stay there," he said, cracking the door. A man loomed outside, broad and stern, a badge on his coat glinting, some official seal. "Tom Harper?" he asked, voice smooth but hard. "Agent Mark Vance, Animal Control Research." "That dog's ours. Designation C-09. Escaped a facility nearby. I need her back. Pups too." He flashed a tablet, Shadow's photo tagged with codes. Tom didn't move, wrench in hand. "Yours?" She was tangled in wire, half dead in the woods. "Ain't no research I'd call that." Vance's eyes narrowed, but he kept his tone even. "A breach. Got loose during a storm. She's trained for ecological monitoring, valuable asset. Hand her over, or we'll escalate." Shadow's growl deepened, the amber-eyed pup's glow flaring, and Lily felt a shiver. Those eyes locked on Vance, fierce. "She's mine," Lily piped up, standing, her voice small but sure. "I saved her. She stays." Vance's gaze flicked to her, cold and calculating, then softened into a thin smile. "Sweetheart, you don't understand. This is government property. You've got till dawn, or I bring a team." He turned, boots crunching away, but paused by his jeep, radio crackling as he spoke low. Tom slammed the door, locking it, his hands shaking. "That ain't animal control. Too slick, too mean." He glanced at Shadow, then Lily. "What's with them eyes, kid?" Lily knelt by the pups, the amber glow steady. "They're special. Shadow showed me something with them, I think." Tom muttered. "Trouble's what they are. We're in it now." Shadow's eyes met Lily's, dark and deep, a loyalty unspoken but strong. Whatever this was, it wasn't over. Night pressed against the trailer, the forest beyond a wall of shadow, pierced by the stove's glow. Lily sat cross-legged by Shadow, her stick tracing circles in the dust, watching. The amber-eyed pup, Ember, she'd named it, nursed with its siblings. Tom paced, wrench swapped for a shotgun, his eyes darting to the windows every creak of the wind. "That Vance guy's bad news," he growled, peering through the blinds. "Ain't giving her up without a fight." Shadow's ears twitched, her head lifting, eyes wide. Lily's heart skipped. A hum grew outside, engines rumbling low, creeping closer. Ember's amber glow flared, and a vision slammed into her. Vance's Jeep leading. Two trucks, men in dark gear stepping out, flashlights slicing the dark toward the trailer. It was real, happening now, shadow beaming it to her somehow. "Daddy," she cried, jumping up. "They're here right now." Tom spun, shotgun ready, face set. "Back door, go." Lily scooped Shadow and the pups into the towel, Ember's glow lighting her. Hands, their warmth steadying her tremble. Shadow didn't resist, her trust a rock in the storm. A fist pounded the front. "Open up, Harper. Time's up." Vance's voice boomed, sharp and final. Tom flung open the back door, cold rushing in, and pushed Lily out. "Woods, run." She stumbled into the dark, Shadow heavy in her arms, Tom behind with the shotgun. The front door crashed, boots stomped inside, voices barking. "They're out back, move." Vance shouted. Flashlights swept the yard, beams grazing the pines as Lily's sneakers sank into mud, her breath hitching. The forest loomed, thick and wild, their only shot. They ducked under branches, thorns snagging Lily's curls, but the lights closed in. Too fast. "Keep going," Tom hissed, turning to aim skyward. He fired, a blast that split the night, scattering the beams as men ducked. "Back off," he roared. Lily didn't stop. She ran, Shadow's warmth against her, Ember's glow pulsing. A vision flashed, a creek bed veering north, hidden by reeds, leading to an old barn in the hollow. There. Lily swerved left, trusting it, her legs aching. Tom caught up, mud splashing as shouts grew louder. "North side." "Cut him off." Vance's voice was furious, close. The creek bed dipped, reeds slapping her face, but the barn loomed, a rotting shell half lost in vines. Lily shoved the door, wood splintering, and slipped inside, Tom following. The space was dank, smelling of hay and rot, tools rusting in corners, but it hid them. Outside, boots thudded past, voices cursing the dark. Lost M spread out. Vance snapped. Lily sank against a crate, panting, Shadow trembling in her arms. Ember's glow dimmed, but its amber eyes met hers, steady. Tom lowered the shotgun, wiping sweat. "That dog knew the way," he whispered, awed. Lily nodded, tears brimming. "She's loyal. She's savon us." Shadow's purr rose, soft and sure, her loyalty is shield. Vance wouldn't take her, not yet. The barn was a cold, dim haven, its walls groaning as the wind battered Hollow Ridge's woods. Lily huddled beside Tom, Shadow and her pups cradled in the towel on her lap, their warmth seeping through her overalls. Tom leaned against a hay bale, shotgun across his knees, his breath fogging in. The lantern's faint light, a rusted thing he'd lit from a shelf. The searchers' voices had faded, their beams retreating, but the air held a wait. Vance was out there, plotting. Ember's amber glow pulsed softly, a mystery in the dark, and Lily stroked Shadow's fur, her loyalty a quiet strength. Tom shifted, wincing as he rubbed his neck. "Ain't no research outfit," he said, voice low. "Military, maybe, too armed, too quick." Lily nodded, her mind replaying the vision. Vance's men, their gear, the urgency. Ember's eyes, they glow, show me stuff. Shadow does it too. "What?" Tom scratched his stubble, muttering, "Something big, something they don't want out." A crunch came from outside, deliberate and close. Tom tensed, raising the shotgun, but a familiar voice rasped. "Tom? Lily? It's me." It was Miss Ellie, the town's herbalist, her van a lifeline on these roads. Tom lowered the gun, relief flashing. "Ellie, here." The door creaked, and Ellie stepped in, her shawl patched, a vet's kit in hand. Behind her came Dr. Ray Cole, a wiry vet with glasses, Tom's old schoolmate. "Heard the shot," Ellie said, kneeling. Knew you'd need help. Ray's eyes widened at Shadow and the pups, Ember's glow catching his breath. What in those eyes? Lily spilled it. The path, the rescue, Vance's men, her voice steady despite her fear. Ray examined Shadow, pausing at a scar behind her ear, and pulled a scanner. It beeped, flashing codes. She's C-09, Project Canine Watch. Military, enhanced dogs for surveillance, sensory links to handlers. Tom cursed. Links. Ray nodded. Visions, sights, sounds, beamed to you, Lily. That pup's born with it, amplified. Ellie whistled. So they dumped her? Ray shook his head. Or she bolted. Pregnancy threw off the tech. Now they want her back. Evidence of something wrong. Lily clutched Shadow. She showed me the way, kept us safe. Ray's face softened. She's loyal, and a risk to him. Tom stood firm. We ain't safe here. They'll sweep the hollow. Ray nodded. Got a safe house, cabin, 30 miles east. Hide her there, sort this out. Ellie hefted the kit. My van stashed, let's go. They crated Shadow and the pups, Lily whispering. You're mine. Ray handed Tom a thumb drive, project files. Expose M with this. They slipped out, Ellie leading to her van in a thicket. The drive was tense, headlights off, the road a blur of pines. At the cabin, a sturdy hideout, Ray settled Shadow in a warm corner, her pups close. She'll heal, he said, but they'll hunt. Lily sat beside her, Ember's glow a vow, they weren't alone. The cabin glowed under a dawn sky, its walls solid against the smoky mountains wild. Lily sat by Shadow's corner, a blanket over her knees, watching the black dog nurse her pups. Tom leaned nearby, shotgun propped, sipping water from a canteen. Ray had checked Shadow, her strength returning fast, her eyes sharp, and Ember's amber glow pulsed, a wonder in the quiet. The other pups squirmed, growing strong, but Ember was different, its power a thread Lily felt deep inside. Ellie had scouted. No sign of Vance's team, but the stillness felt fragile. They'll come, Ray warned, sorting the thumb drive's files, schematics, logs, names tied to Project Canine Watch. Enhanced dogs, sight beyond normal, linked to humans, for recon, not research. She's proof they crossed lines. Tom flipped a page, scowling. Enough to stop him? Ray nodded. If we get it out, press, law? I've got contacts. Lily traced Shadow's ear, her purr calming her. Why me? She murmured. Ray knelt beside her. That link's for soldiers, but you saved her. She picked you. Lily's heart swelled. She wasn't just little Lily anymore. Will they take her? Tom's hand rested on her head. Not while I'm here, Lil. That night, as Tom slept, Lily woke to Ember's squeak. Its amber eyes flared, and a vision hit. Vance in a tent, maps marked, men nodding as he pointed east. They're coming, she whispered, shaking Tom. Ray checked a hidden radio, static, but the threat loomed. We move her, he said, grabbing the files. North, Safe House 3. Lily crated Shadow, her loyalty in her hands, Tom hefting the shotgun. No one's talking her, he growled. They piled into Ellie's van, headlights off, the road twisting through fog. Ember's glow flickered, a guide, and Lily whispered, We'll protect you. Shadow's eyes met hers, dark and fierce, a bond unbreakable. Headlights flickered ahead, closing fast. Vance wasn't done. What's Shadow's loyalty worth? Lily asked, voice bold. Can it save us? The dog's purr answered, deep and wild, a promise